Arsenal fans, and welcome back to the Gunners View. There is a lot happening around Arsenal right now, with the transfer window entering a crucial stage. The Gunners are continuing to work on attacking reinforcements, while at the same time there is uncertainty surrounding Gabriel Martinelli. The biggest story is once again Julian Alvarez. Arsenal have reportedly made contact with Atletico Madrid over a potential blockbuster deal for the Argentine striker, and there are now claims that Alvarez is becoming increasingly open to the possibility of moving to North London. But Atletico Madrid are making their position very clear. At the same time, Arsenal are dealing with the future of Martinelli, with Saudi Arabian club Al Hilal pushing for a major deal. We also have an important update on Martin Zubimendi, news on teenage striker Igor Tyjan, and another attacking name emerging on Arsenal's radar. So let's get straight into the biggest Arsenal stories. Let's start with the biggest story. Arsenal are reportedly pushing hard for Julian Alvarez. The Atletico Madrid striker has been one of the names most strongly linked with Arsenal during this transfer window, and the situation appears to be developing once again. Reports indicate that Arsenal have made contact with Atletico Madrid regarding a possible blockbuster transfer. Even more importantly, there are claims that Alvarez is warming to the idea of joining Arsenal. That would be a major development. Arsenal have already strengthened their squad this summer, but Mikel Arteta is still believed to be interested in adding another major attacking player, and Julian Alvarez would certainly fit that description. The Argentine is capable of playing as a central striker, but he can also operate in different attacking positions. That versatility is one of the reasons Arsenal are so interested. However, there is a major obstacle. Atletico Madrid do not appear to want to sell. Atletico president Enrique Cerezo has publicly insisted that Alvarez is an Atletico Madrid player. Cerezo has also appeared to criticize Barcelona's previous pursuit of the Argentine, making it clear that Atletico do not want to be pressured into selling one of their most important players. So Arsenal have a difficult job. They may have the player's interest, but convincing Atletico Madrid to actually approve the transfer could be another matter entirely. And this is where the story gets really interesting. There is now another major development surrounding the Alvarez situation. Reports claim that Josh Kroenke could travel to Madrid for direct talks over the potential transfer. If that happens, it would demonstrate just how seriously Arsenal are taking this opportunity. Ownership-level involvement in a transfer can sometimes indicate that a club is prepared to make a major financial commitment. And Arsenal know that signing a player of Alvarez's profile could represent one of the biggest transfers of the summer. The reported interest comes at a time when Arsenal are looking to build on their Premier League title success. They don't simply want to maintain the squad, they want to make it stronger. And bringing in a world-class attacker like Alvarez would send a huge message to the rest of the Premier League. Imagine an Arsenal attack with Alvarez competing for a starting position alongside the likes of Bukayo Saka and the other attacking options already available to Arteta. That would give the manager an incredible amount of flexibility. But again, there is a huge question. Will Atletico Madrid actually agree to negotiate? That is the part of this story Arsenal fans need to watch. The players' reported willingness to consider Arsenal is encouraging. But until Atletico agree to a deal, nothing is done. So for now, this remains one of the biggest developing transfer stories of the summer. Now, Arsenal fans need to be careful with the Alvarez headlines. There are reports suggesting that the Argentine is open to Arsenal, but Atletico Madrid's president has publicly insisted that the striker is their player. That means Arsenal still have a significant hurdle to overcome. This is not a completed transfer. There is no official agreement between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid at this stage. But the fact that Arsenal continue to pursue the player tells us something important. Arteta clearly wants another major attacking option, and Alvarez would offer qualities that Arsenal currently value enormously. He works hard, he can press, he can combine with teammates, he can score, and he has experience playing at the highest level. For Arsenal, this isn't simply about signing another striker. It would be about adding another elite attacking weapon. And with the Premier League season already underway, Arsenal know that every major opportunity matters. Now let's move to another huge story. Gabriel Martinelli's Arsenal future is becoming increasingly uncertain. Al Hilal are reportedly pushing for the Brazilian winger. The Saudi club have reportedly submitted a bid worth around €55 million for Martinelli. However, Arsenal have not accepted the offer. The Gunners are believed to want around £60 million for the player. So there is still a gap between the two clubs. But Al Hilal's interest is serious. Martinelli has already been left out of Arsenal's squad for the opening Premier League match, and that has only increased speculation about his future. The Brazilian has been at Arsenal since 2019. He arrived from Ituano as a relatively unknown young player and developed into an important member of Arteta's squad. He has scored important goals, he has produced big moments, and he has been part of Arsenal's development under Arteta, so seeing him potentially leave would be a major moment for the club. Another reason the Martinelli story is so interesting is Arsenal's attacking recruitment. The Gunners have already signed Christos Tsolis, who impressed during his debut, and Arsenal are reportedly considering several other attacking options. Names mentioned include Julian Alvarez, Iliman Ndiaye, and Bradley Barcola. That tells you Arsenal are thinking about the bigger picture. If Martinelli leaves, Arteta will need another attacking player. The club cannot simply remove one winger from the squad without considering the consequences. And this could be one reason why Arsenal's pursuit of Alvarez is so important. If Arsenal manage to sign Alvarez while also selling Martinelli for a substantial fee, the entire attacking structure could change. Of course, Alvarez is not a direct replacement for Martinelli because they play different roles, but his arrival would give Arteta another elite attacking option and allow the manager to reorganise his front line. Another name to watch is Iliman Ndiaye. The Everton winger has reportedly attracted interest from Arsenal. Interestingly, Al Hilal have also approached Ndiaye, but reports suggest the player would prefer to remain in the Premier League if he eventually leaves Everton. That could potentially put Arsenal in a strong position. The Gunners are looking for attacking reinforcements, particularly if Martinelli leaves. Ndiaye would offer versatility and Premier League experience. He can operate from wide positions and also contribute centrally. So while Julian Alvarez remains the headline target, Arsenal fans shouldn't completely ignore the Ndiaye situation. The club could be exploring multiple attacking options at the same time, and that is exactly what you would expect from a club trying to compete on multiple fronts. Now let's move away from the attack and talk about Martin Zubimendi. There has been interest from Real Madrid in the Spanish midfielder, but Arsenal have reportedly made their position very clear. Zubimendi is not for sale. That is important because Zubimendi was a key part of Arsenal's successful campaign last season. Although his playing time reportedly decreased toward the end of the campaign, Arteta continues to value him highly. Reports indicate that Arsenal have firmly closed the door on a potential transfer, and that makes sense. The Gunners don't want to weaken their midfield while trying to defend their Premier League title. The arrival of Bruno Guimaraes has increased competition in midfield, but Arteta still sees Zubimendi as an important part of the squad. So despite Real Madrid's interest, Arsenal fans can be confident that the club's current position is very clear. Zubimendi stays. There is also some positive transfer news involving Arsenal's younger players. England under-18 striker Igor Tyjan has reportedly undergone his medical ahead of a move from Blackburn Rovers. The 18-year-old is regarded as a highly promising young striker. Arsenal have reportedly agreed a deal worth around £1.2 million, with potential add-ons that could increase the overall package. There is also reportedly a sell-on clause involved. This is another example of Arsenal looking beyond the immediate first-team picture. The club isn't only trying to sign established stars, they are also investing in young talent who could potentially develop into first-team players in the future. Tyjan is expected to be one of those projects. It may take time before Arsenal fans see him regularly involved with the senior team, but this is exactly the kind of recruitment that can strengthen the club's long-term future. So Arsenal fans, there are some huge questions still hanging over the club. Can Arsenal convince Atletico Madrid to sell Julian Alvarez? Will Josh Kroenke's reported involvement help push the deal forward? Will Al Hilal increase their offer for Gabriel Martinelli? And if Martinelli leaves, who should Arsenal sign to replace him? Julian Alvarez would obviously be a massive statement signing. Iliman Ndiaye would provide Premier League experience. Bradley Barcola would offer another exciting attacking option. And then there is Christos Tsolis, who has already shown Arsenal fans that he could have an important role. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breaking Arsenal story. because with the transfer window approaching its final stages, this Martinelli situation could change very quickly. For now, one thing is clear: Gabriel Martinelli's Arsenal future is hanging in the balance. And if Al Hilal can agree a deal with the Gunners, we could be witnessing the end of one of the most interesting Arsenal chapters of the Arteta era. Thanks for watching. Come on, you Gunners!